Hello everyone, welcome to the new class of biology. Actually, a few minutes earlier I had taken the class of chemistry, that's why a time slip came and the subject changed from biology to chemistry. So I beg your pardon, actually the class is of chemistry itself. Sorry again, the class is actually of biology itself. Do not be confused, just I had confused myself now. Anyways, we had completed our second chapter in the biology and we are entering into the third chapter of our syllabus, that is how do organisms reproduce. So we are well aware of the life processes that we had discussed in our very first chapter of biology. There are different life processes that takes place in our human body, which includes growth, the nutrition process, movement, respond to stimulus process, and circulation, reproduction, etc. So various life processes we had mentioned in our very first chapter. And in the first chapter we had discussed the four basic types of life processes. In the second chapter we had discussed about our nervous system. In this chapter, we will discuss about our life process, reproduction, along with the life process of other organisms. Because life process is actually depending upon the life the life process of living organisms. Actually, it is mainly dependable upon non-living things. Don't have a basic life process. They just are non-living thing themselves. Okay. So what is actually a reproduction process? Reproduction process is nothing but a life process which is being done on a stage where a living organism is capable of doing it and producing a new offspring which is very much exact copy of its parents, or it is totally different. Means reproduction is something that occurs in a reproductively able organism which produces its new offspring, a new fetus or an offspring, or the next generation. It gives birth to the next generation, which could be exact copy of the parents or could be very much different from the parents on the basis of the physical character, not actually on the basis of the characters that that parent generation has. So how does a reproduction process takes place in organism? Actually, what happens in reproduction is nothing but making copy of the body design of an organism. We are all well aware that a nucleus of the cell that we have has chromosomes present in it, which is present in the form of a chromatin network, and it becomes chromosome during the cell division. This chromosome actually has certain information regarding the inheritance of the parents to the next generation. Means mainly if next generation is possessing some characters from its parents, the information is being collected by the chromosome in the form of a DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. This DNA will have the information of the characters of that particular parent generation, which passes its character to the next generation in a form of DNA that is present in the chromosome. This DNA is actually some information source which is actually made of proteins. Suppose if we are changing some proteins in there, or if the information is changed in it, if the characters have changed in that, the body design of an organism also change. And if the body design of an organism change, then that could actually result in the production of a different kind of organism that we haven't even seen. So the main basic event of any reproduction process, which actually depend upon the DNA, is definitely the creation of DNA. If you create the DNA of an organism, if you create the DNA copy of an organism, then it is very much easier to enable the study of our various organisms all around the world. Okay. So how does a DNA copy takes place? Well, for that purpose, the cells which we have, they use some chemical reactions in order to build this DNA copies. And when they create these DNA copies in the reproducing cell, it will be actually two DNA copies which will be created there. And when these reproducing cell create these DNA copies separate from each other. Sorry for the interruption. So this DNA copies will be processed there. What happens in that situation? The DNA copying process, it is actually accompanied by certain cellular apparatus addition. Means the formation of the cells occurs there. And then when the formation of cells occurs there, the DNA copies, when gets separated, will form their own cell. And thus this cell division occurs in the process of formation of two different cells which have their own DNA, and this DNA later pass into the next generation, which helps to enable the various characters of the specific parent generation. Okay, so that's about how DNA copying process or the reproduction process takes place. Now, if we consider about a term variation, which is very much important for a reproduction process, a variation is nothing but is the difference actually which is present between the cells or the individuals or the organisms or even in the group of organisms of any species, which could be caused due to the genetic variation. We know very well that the cell processes a DNA, and this DNA actually consists of an additional information that we call as gene, which is actually present in the chromosome itself, which passes on various informations. So if these genes have any different variation or change in it, it would actually differ the cell or differ the individual organism, even differ the group of organisms from any of the species. It could happen because of the gene, it could happen because of the environment factors that is present near that particular organism. Okay, so this is about how a variation occurs. Variation can be found in different ways, like for example, suppose let's go for a story behind this variation. During the 1900th century, there was a group of insects which were actually very much white in color. Okay, they were very much white in color. So what happened in that white colored insects, when they were white in color, so definitely what happened whenever they sit on some plants or some substances, the predator or the animal which depends on that insect could attack it very easily. Later what happened during this 1900s, we know very well about revolution that had occurred. I think you had studied in your SST, Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution was something which was a tremendous revolution occurred in the whole world, which changed actually the face of the whole world. So during this Industrial Revolution, many big factories, automobile industries, many big and small industries came into effect. So at that time, what those insects were available, the organisms of those white group insects, gradually their color began to change. They were actually black in white in color initially. Later, after the Industrial Revolution, their color began to become black. So what happened before, when they were easier to be caught by the predators which depend on that insects, later they were very much difficult to be found by the predators, which in situation happened to increase the number of population of that organisms. So earlier, when the white colored insects were present, their variation was only to show, I'm actually discussing about the condition of variation. When they were in white color, their white color property inherited into the next generation. their population actually began to decrease before the industrial revolution. But after the industrial revolution, when a big changes occurred in the industries, the color of those insects began to change. So when they were lesser in number before the 1900s, they began to increase in number after the 1900s, because after 1900s their color changed. Predators could not find them easily, so they began to grow easily, they began to reproduce easily. Variation occurred in those white colored organisms. They began to form a black color group of insects, and they began to flood all over the area wherever they were found. So this is one of the best examples that we can express, that we can show for variation. So that's all about today's class. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you. Have a nice day.